Welcome back to the Campfire, everybody. This is your host, Elias Haddad. Today we have two special guests, my two best friends, Saba Korsava and George Musa. Let's get a quick round of applause for these gentlemen.
How's it going?
How's it going, guys?
Okay, guys, so today we have a little bit of a weird topic for the Campfire. We're going to be talking about sleep paralysis. And the way we stumbled across this topic is because these two gentlemen right here actually have suffered through it, and it's actually kind of a sad thing to listen to. And we're going to delve deep into sleep paralysis and what the experience is like, and also what the possible causes may be. So I'm going to start off with Saba over here. What are your sleep paralysis experiences?
Yeah, so first of all, thank you for having me on the show. But sleep paralysis, I've started experiencing it first when I was around 4 years old. It's sort of kind of progressed into me being, the later years that I was. And the most first memorable experience I had was when I was 8. So I remember I was laying on my back, woke up all of a sudden, except I couldn't move. The only thing I could move essentially was my eyes. I could look around, and right then and there I saw this massive cloaked white figure just on the left side of the room in the corner, just making his way. I think he was hovering, making his way around the bed to my right, to which when he started just shaking me uncontrollably. At least I think he was shaking me. The memory gets a little fuzzy. But long story short, I woke up. My parents woke me up. They said I was screaming, actually. And that was basically my first real introduction to sleep paralysis.
Yeah, that sounds extremely terrifying, especially for a younger child who, is still having nightmares. I mean, even I have nightmares to this day, and I have a hard time with the dreams. I can't imagine going through the actual sleep paralysis. And now let's move on to George. What's an experience that you've had? I know you've only had a handful compared to what Saba's experienced, but, every story matters. So let's hear yours.
Again, thank you for having us on the show. Okay, so it actually started like 8 months ago. I was going downstairs to get water around like 4:30 a.m. and I went back upstairs. I couldn't fall asleep for a good 10 minutes, so I fell asleep around like 4:50ish. Then all of a sudden, I wake up in my sleep. I couldn't move my body, and my eyes were closed because I didn't know what the hell was happening. So I couldn't move my body. All of a sudden, I felt this intense pressure on my body, like someone was weighing over me, like someone put 100-pound like dumbbell on me, and I was screaming internally, like wanting to get out of it. I don't know what was going on. Like I thought I was actually gonna die. Then it felt like hours, but it only lasted like 15 minutes. And I woke up bawling my eyes out, and I didn't know what it was. Then that night, the following night, I had another experience, the same one. And then I did research online saying, what is this happening to me in my sleep? What is going on? And it was sleep paralysis. And lots of people have it in different ways. It could be, like very intense, vivid for them. And others, they wouldn't know what actually went down, And that's like something me and Saba have in common. We know like what actually is going on, and like it's really vivid for us. And that's all I have to say about that.
I just want to say thank you guys for sharing your stories. I know that's not an easy thing to share, and it gets quite emotional when you're hearing these stories, so I really appreciate it. I just want to talk a little bit about what sleep paralysis is, and according to WebMD, sleep paralysis is kind of this middle ground between rapid eye movement sleep, which is REM sleep, which is a deep sleep when your body's paralyzed and your eyes are rapidly moving. This is typically when you have, dreams, and being half awake, being fully awake, And the sleep paralysis happens in between these when you're half awake, and your mind's awake, but your body is still completely shut off, besides obviously your organs. And actually 25 to 50% of Americans experience sleep paralysis at least once, which is a lot higher than I expected. And there's actually a lot of support groups out there which you could reach out to, and they can actually talk to you about what you can do with your sleep paralysis and allow you to share your story so that you just feel like you're not alone.
And I'd like to add something. So preventing sleep paralysis doesn't have to be something that you have to do before the experience as well. For example, when you're into sleep paralysis, when you're having it, let's say you're in your back, you can't move because that is a very common occurrence. Actually, it happens in pretty much all the experiences. You won't be able to move your legs, your arms, aside from your toes maybe, and your eyes. But what most people, the mistake most people make here is that they start panicking. And when you're in this state, your nightmares, the manifestations in your mind, they become real. They take form. And that's what these shadowy figures people talk about are. So the more scared you are in this state, the more likely it is these figures or, these phantoms start to take a even more menacing form or start doing things that nobody really wants to happen to them in these states. So the best thing you can do for yourself is to just calm down, let it go, and just give into the experience. Just imagine yourself as a leaf, or when you're swimming in a pool, or at a beach, when you just lay down on your back, you feel like you are the ocean. You feel like you are the water in a pool. You let go, and essentially either two things are going to happen, maybe three. Either you are going to wake up, you are going to go into a dream, a regular dream, or even better option in my opinion, which we can discuss later, you are going to go into something that is known as a lucid dream. So again, when you have a sleep paralysis, remember that the only thing that will essentially hurt you is yourself, your thoughts. So let it go, man.
Let's just give one last thank you to the guys. Thank you, George and Saba. We really appreciate you guys coming out here. Sadly, that's all the time we have today, folks. Just a quick round of applause for everybody, coming out. Okay, guys. So thank you so much for coming out today. See you at the campfire next time.